Hey everybody, this is Sean B. Bradley, CEO of Dealer Synergy, and I'm your host for Make Money Mondays. That's right, people. It is Monday again, so it's time to get your mind right, and let's get into it. Okay, I was talking with one of my national trainers, Mr. Anthony Automotive Alagona, AAA. Now, what Anthony was saying to me, he said, Sean, when you do the next Make Money Monday episode, you need to make sure that you talk about accountability. So, Anthony, this one's for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about accountability, specifically for my internet directors or my BDC directors. Heck, if you are a GSM, general manager, or dealer principal, you should know what the most important aspect of your internet director's job is. It's accountability, accountability, accountability. Because it doesn't matter if it's Dealer Synergy or any other training company or even your manufacturer. If we tell you what to do, if we tell you when to do it, how to do it, and why to do it, but nobody does it, it's not going to work. You're not going to make any money. This should be broke Thursdays, broke week, broke month. You are not going to have any money. So for you to make money on Mondays and for the rest of the week, you need to have accountability in your department. Let me be specific. First, you need to have an operating protocol that the internet director as well as the appointment setters know and utilize on a daily basis. This is not every other day, every third day. You need to know what the operating protocol is. I'm going to give you the Dealer Synergy operating protocol. You might not be a Dealer Synergy client yet. But if you're not a Dealer Synergy client, at least you understand how it's supposed to be done, okay? So the first thing for the internet director's accountability is to make sure that the attitude is right. When your people come into work, I don't care if it's the morning shift, the afternoon shift, the late shift, whatever it is, when they come into your internet department or BDC, you need to make sure that you give them a checkup from the neck up, as my friend DJ Harrington likes to say. A checkup from the neck up. What does that mean? Make sure that their mind is right. I'm not talking specifically about aptitude, knowledge, education. I'm talking about, are they mentally ready and excited to come into work? Dr. Covey says from the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People that people need to be proactive, a proactive mindset, circle of influence versus circle of concern. You need to make sure that whatever problems, issues, dramas they had before they walked into the dealership, as they got into the dealership, or residual from when they were a child, I don't know, they need to suppress that and focus on what's important, making that money. Now, after the attitude checkup, the next thing is the 3-minute book. Folks, the Dealer Synergy 3-minute book is paramount to your success. It is the chiropractic alignment. It is the mental, calibration for success. The 3 sections of the 3-minute book, if you remember, are the things that you want to acquire. That's the laws of attraction, manifestation, the vision board, so to speak. The second section is your roadmap, your pay plan, your financial, GPS for success. And then finally, it's your scorecard. These things are imperative, so I'm going to repeat them. Okay, it's the 3-minute book. Now, after they've done the 3-minute book, which takes 3 minutes. How many minutes? 1, 2, 3. 3 minutes. Now, the next part of this is going to be looking at the calendar. This I see as a bunch of issues for some of the stores, and a lot of the non-Dealer Synergy stores have this problem. If you've got a CRM and they give you one task list and it's huge with a bunch of random stuff, I have a problem with that. I personally don't like CRMs that give you a bunch of tasks that you're supposed to do. Now, if you are doing a product presentation, demo drive, delivery, I can understand it. I don't like it, but I understand it because you're taking off, you're going here, you're going there. It's good to have a solid reminder. But if you're not doing a product presentation, demo drive, or delivery, if all you're doing is sitting at a desk and making phone call after phone call after phone call, you don't need a stupid CRM to tell you who to call, when to call. You should be process driven. The only thing that I like to see my calendar or my task list is for one thing. Things that I'm supposed to do that day. Specifically, I want to look at who's coming in for an appointment. I want to look at who missed an appointment from the previous day, so I need to reschedule an appointment. I want to look at reminders. If I've got to call somebody at a specific time or somebody's going to call me at a specific time, I want to have that on there. That's very, very important. Now, let's go through the recap. I have the attitude checkup. I do my 3-minute book, and I go through my calendar or my today's activities. That's getting me prepared for the day. How long should that take me, Sean? I'd say about 5 to 10 minutes most. That's all that is. So it's not like, oh my gosh, this is taking forever. Now, you can or you could choose not to do training right now. I'd say half of my dealer synergy clients make all of their appointment setters do anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes of training, role playing, reading stuff on automotiveinternetsales.com. Again, automotiveinternetsales.com blog is huge. But again, worst case scenario for you, like, I'm too busy, is you're looking at less than 30 minutes to do all that, okay? From getting the proper, checkup from the neck up, the attitude adjustment, looking at your 3-minute book, looking at your calendar, and spending anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes of training. Even if you spend 15 minutes of training, that's still less than 26 minutes. I mean, they could be all accomplished in less than 18 minutes, to be honest with you. But it's very important that you make sure that you do certain consistent things. Now, why is this important? Because if you are every single day, without exception, without fail, doing this, and this, eventually it's going to become a habit. You are conditioning yourself for positive habits that are going to convert into positive results. Now, the first actionable item that your coordinators need to do every single day after they do the attitude check, after they look at the 3-minute book, after they look at the calendar, the to-do list, or after they spend 5 to 15 minutes of training, after that's done, the first real actionable item is going to be handling their fresh leads. After they handle their fresh leads, they need to go to all their responses. Responses are when somebody responds to an email template or somebody responds to your manual email, that's a response. After the responses, they should look at leads that are 31 days or less with a phone number and some type of verbal communication. After they handle that bucket or section of leads, they need to go to leads that are 31 days or less with a phone number, but no verbal communication. After they handle those, then they're going to go to leads that are day 32 to day 90 with a phone number. Now I'm going to repeat that because that might sound like a lot, but listen to me. Yes, I am saying that you should not just call random leads. Yes, I am saying you should not rely on some stupid CRM to tell you who to call. Oh, hello. And then I wonder, I talk to these dealers all the time, and then you know what they have? They say, we don't have enough leads to call. Really? You had 500 to 800 to 1,000 fresh leads, a residual flow factor, but I don't know why I have no leads to call. Did you check your CRM? Oh no, I'm just relying on my stupid CRM to tell me who I'm supposed to call. Don't do that. Don't rely on your CRM because sometimes the leads don't all the way roll in and it's a mess. Be process driven, not task list driven. Okay? Be process driven. So again, there's two things here. One, to get you ready, like dun, dun, dun. I want to hear that music. Dun, dun, dun. You hear that? That's the eye of the tiger, baby. You know that. This is from Philly. I'm short and stocky, built like Rocky. Kind of, sort of. But again, I want you to get that eye of the tiger mentality. Dun, dun, dun. When you are listening to that theme song in your head, dun, 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 all you're doing is you're getting ready to lift weights. You're ready to run. You're ready to do what you got to do. To me, when you first come in the morning, in the first 15, 20, 25 minutes, however amount of time it takes you to get through those basic things, it's going to set up the remainder of the 7.5 hours or 8 hours left in the day. It's so paramount to calibrate yourself and get yourself ready. So again, the first part of what I talked about was the attitude, then the 3-minute book, then the calendar or the task list, and then it was some training. Now, after you do that, the first tangible things you're going to really execute on are handling your fresh leads. After you handle your fresh leads, you're going to do what? You're going to handle your responses. After your responses, you're going to go into the bucket or folder, whatever you guys call it, and it's going to be leads that are 31 days or less with a phone number, and you've had some type of verbal communication. After you've done that, you're going to go to leads that are 31 days or less with the phone number, no verbal communication. After you handle those leads, then you're going to go to leads that are day 32 to day 90. And guess what? If you get a chance to go through all of those leads and it's only like 4 or 5 o'clock, you do it again. And then that's the process. Email, phone call, every single day you go through that methodical process. Here's the thing that just really baffles me is that there is a very, very big problem with internet directors out there not being able to hold their people accountable. That's what the system is. Folks, we here at Deal with Synergy have been doing this for almost 10 years. 2014 is 10 years that I've been building internet departments. My team is building internet and BDC departments all over the United States. This is not an idea. This is a successful blueprint that we've done for a decade. And then I did it for 5.5 years on the front lines before that, before I started the company. So again, why would you not hold your people accountable? Well, because there's a hell of a lot of excuses. I know what you're going to say. Well, Sean, it's because. Or Sean, you don't understand. Oh, Sean, because. And of course, there's a ton of reasons why you're going to make excuses for mediocrity. Why you're going to make excuses why you're letting your people get away with bloody murder. Yes, and that's what it is when you're losing tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in mediocrity. It's bloody murderous. So I want you to understand that you need to make sure that you know what your standard operating procedure is, and you're going to execute it without exception, without fail, every single day. The United States military, franchises. Think about a franchise. I don't care. I've been to Moscow, Russia, numerous times, like 6, 7 times. And you know what? They've got a Big Mac in Russia. It's something different called, but it's the same cheeseburger. The French fries taste the same. How do they do it? Is it magic? No, man. It's a standard operating procedure. It's a franchise. There's a reason why you at a dealership, most of you watching this are franchise dealerships. Whether you're Ford, Toyota, Honda, BMW, it's the same car. It doesn't matter where they're going, it's the same car for a reason. Consistency breeds perfection. So I'm just saying this right here. You need to hold your people accountable. The last piece that I want to focus on right there, the 120 phone calls. Listen, I'm only 5'5". I was joking. I said I'm short and stocky, built like Rocky. No, but I am short. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I am not going to go after somebody that is 6'10" or whatever. What I'm saying is this. If you turn around and you have a little person, this is not like David and Goliath. Out of all the stories that you've ever heard of, how often does David beat Goliath? Exactly, not very often. That's why it made the Bible, because it was an amazing story. That's not the normal thing. So you got to understand something, that why are you going to go against somebody that's 10 feet taller than you? Why are you going to go against the grain? Why are you going to fight? So the reason why I'm building up into this humor and stupidity is to say this point. The easiest thing that your people can do in an internet department or BDC is dial the phones more. Let me explain to you. The more people that they call, the more people they get on the phone. The more people they get on the phone, the more appointments that they can make. The more appointments that they can make, the more appointments can be confirmed. The more confirmed appointments, the more people show up. The more people that show up, more people buy cars. Do you understand it's a cause and effect? Cause and effect. Cause and effect. You can't skip a step. Each action has a positive reward or negative consequence. So let me explain this again. When I analyze, dealers pay me a lot of money. I'm not cheap, okay? They pay me money to look at their numbers. You know what I look at? Yes, there's different closing ratios. For example, you should have an 11 to 14% connection ratio in the phones. You should have approximately a 25 to 33% appointment made ratio. You should approximately have a 62 to 67 appointment show ratio. You should have about a 42 to 47% selling ratio. You can rewind the YouTube tape for that, because that's righteous right there, okay? So now what I want you to understand, though, is that yes, those all have benchmarks. They all have numerical righteous bits of information. But guess what? If, for example, you made 100 phone calls and you had X amount of connections, X amount of appointments, X amount of this, and that resulted in 3 cars. Even if you sucked at everything else, listen to me, no offense, but even if your appointment connection ratio sucked, even if your appointment made ratio sucked, even if your appointment show ratio sucked, even if your appointment selling ratio sucked, it doesn't matter. That's a formula. By you dialing that phone X amount of times, you sold X amount of cars. Even if you changed none of the other things, if you didn't change on how many more, if you didn't get any more connections, any more appointments, any more shows, any more deliveries, just by dialing the phone more, you would have sold more cars. Now, granted, if you did work on all of this stuff, you would have sell even more cars. But what I'm trying to say, and this is what baffles me, is that that's the easiest thing that you can do. Stop trying to fight Goliath and worry about all the, additional sales and the additional people to show up. If you just focus on the simple thing, people, dial the phones more, you'll sell more cars. Sean, is it really that simple? All I have to do is dial the phones more and I'll sell more cars. I'll make more money. I'll be proud of myself. I'll be able to buy more things. I'll be able to get the appreciation and gratitude of my superiors. Yes, dial the phone more. And you know what? I've said that, I don't know, for a decade and a half. And unfortunately, people don't understand. What do you mean, dial the phone more? Oh, the phone. I don't know what this is. I don't know how to dial the phone. Now, you might think that this is stupid, but it is stupid. It drives me crazy that just by not dialing the phones, you are hurting yourself and your organization. If you're an internet director, you need to make sure that your appointment setters are dialing the phones more. Dial, 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 dial. Now, if you don't believe me, all you got to do is go to automotiveinternetsales.com and look on the dealer of the month, and you're going to be shocked. You're going to find dealership after dealership. Go to dealersynergy.com and look under About Sean V. Bradley. Look under the reviews. If you look at all of these success stories, we've got 16 covers of every major magazine out there, from Auto Success Magazine to Auto Dealer Monthly Magazine to Digital Dealer Magazine to On the Move Magazine to Dealer Principal Magazine to Digital Marketing Magazine. There's so many different magazines that we've graced the covers of with success after success after success. And you know what the secret is? The internet sale is a phone sale. I'm going to leave you with that. The internet sale is a phone sale. If you're scared to dial the phone, you're scared to make money. That's the bottom line. If you're scared to dial the phone, you're scared to make money. So again, this is about accountability, accountability, accountability. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Make Money Mondays. If you like this week's episode of Make Money Mondays, you're going to love all the content on automotive digital training. So please go to automotivedigitaltraining.com and sign up today. And if you've got any questions, please feel free to call me on my cell phone at area code 267-319-6776. Yes, that's really my cell phone. Don't put it on any bathrooms or anything. Thank you. Bye.